much episode 6 of Geeks Reviews.
Mm-hmm.
We have 26 days worth of Halloween related stuff.
Whew, man.
Do you have anything on that?
I mean, you just went through like a lot.
I tried to watch one movie a night.
Yeah.
So, did not forget this time. Before we head on, spoilers galore from here on out.
Spoilers gore.
I like that one. Spoilers
Yeah.
gore. Spoiler guts will be coming out.
Spoiler guts. I like that one too.
Yeah, there
oh
we
my goodness.
Halloween theme. I like that one. So pretty much, from here on out, there'll be just spoilers. So giving you guys a head warning. So pretty much, every October, I've been doing this for the past 2 years.
Mhm.
I watch Halloween / horror themed movies such as I think I watched last year. A few years ago, I watched Saw and Train to Busan, and George R. Romero. I forget George A. Romero's.
George Romero.
Yeah, George
The
Romero's.
zombie guy.
Yeah,
Night of the Living Dead
a
guy.
lot of his movies I watch.
Yeah.
Well, I won't say a lot. More like the modern, like Dire of the Dead. I actually watched that. And that was not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
What else did I watch? So I think last year I tried to watch the Friday the 13th,
Mm-hmm.
and did not enjoy that one. And this year I actually watched plenty. I watched Stephen King's movies,
Mm-hmm.
Stephen King stories such as Pet Sematary. I mean,
Have you seen the old one?
no,
No.
I've never seen the old Pet Cemetery. I've never seen the old It or Cujo. I think that was one of the movies. But yeah, but the movies I've seen this time are Pet Cemetery, It. What else? There was another one that I cannot remember. Oh yeah, I watched The Mist I think it was last year when I watched The Mist.
Ooh, yeah.
Some people might not consider that as a horror movie, but it's
Nah, it freaked me out, man.
It's close enough.
When
if
that like
anything.
big tentacle like came
Oh,
out
yeah,
of
that's
the
right.
under
The garage.
the garage and just
Yeah.
grabbed the dude, I was like, oh my god. And
And
then
when
like
the
a giant locust.
Carol surviving.
Yeah, he
Again?
shot his kid.
No, Carol. From
No,
the
I mean,
Walking,
but like
Dead.
the main guy though.
No. Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Could have just waited a few seconds.
yeah.
Literally, maybe minutes, maximum minutes, but
Oh my
literally
God.
seconds. But this time around, I watched the other two big slasher movies, such as A Nightmare on Elm Street
Mhm.
and Halloween. I actually enjoyed A Nightmare on Elm Street a little bit more than Friday the 13th and Halloween. Friday the 13th sucked. Like straight, I cannot watch
The old one.
the original.
The original one where he had
Yes.
like the pillowcase over his head.
Yeah, no. That's the second movie. The first
the
one,
second movie?
the first Friday the 13th, the killer was never Jason Voorhees.
Mm.
Unlike a lot of people would assume, the first killer in the first movie, the killer was his mother,
Oh.
taking revenge on the camp counselors of Camp Lake. I forgot the name. Crystal Lake.
Crystal Lake. Yeah.
Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
But yeah, in my opinion, it was pretty campy. You know, it could be just the fascination I would say will be the kills,
Yeah.
because acting wasn't all there. There wasn't really much of a story other than the small exposition about Jason's history. Halloween, I would say the same. Other than the intro, there's no real correlations to how Michael kills. Other than the fact that they featured how brutal, how deadly he is, how smart, and I guess straight up he would be what I considered a real life serial killer who just kills just because.
Mhm.
I like A Nightmare on Elm Street because they provided some exposition about Freddy's history, but didn't really explore it all that much. They just went straight to the horror of being having no abilities to escape Freddy from your head.
And this was all from like that decade of
Yeah,
like
the 70s, 80s.
70s, 80s.
No,
I think it was
Halloween
70s.
Halloween was 78.
Yeah.
A Nightmare on Elm Street is 80s. I don't remember. I think it's 84 or 86.
And Halloween kind of like kicked it all off, right?
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true. Halloween they kicked. No, I wouldn't say Halloween. I would say Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. Oh man. That movie wasn't.
1950s.
That movie wasn't scary. It was very creepy, but I could understand how like shocking it was.
I've never seen Texas Chainsaw.
I did.
A lot of people have mentioned it. I was like, ooh, that's pretty interesting. I might watch one of the last big slasher guys in the horror industry.
I would say watch the original one.
Yeah,
the first one.
That's what the
and
1950s.
then
Yeah.
2004, if you want like a lot grittier remake.
Okay.
And but yeah, it was around that decade where like it was a lot of campy horror slasher films.
Yeah. Which brings out us 40 years later with Halloween 2018. Halloween 2018 totally disregards Halloween 2 and forward. Only refers back to the original Halloween and nothing else.
Wasn't Buster Rhymes in one of the Halloween movies?
I think it was. I was looking it up. I think it was Halloween 4 or 5.
Because it was like a reality TV show type where they had like cameras in the house.
I think it was 6 then.
6?
Either 5 or 6.
How many Halloween movies were there?
There's 7.
Oh my goodness.
Actually, no. There's 8. Halloween 1, 2, 3, Season of the Witch. 4 was Return of Michael Myers. 5 was Revenge of Michael Myers. 6 was Curse. 7 and 8, I think, are the remakes by Rob Zombie. A lot of people did not like them, apparently.
Yeah,
I've never really seen those. But
Rob Zombie is just weird.
Yeah, that's true. I've heard. He looks like a zombie. It's either him or Chris Rock that looks like a zombie. No, regardless. Or was it Chris Cornell? But yeah, 2018 Halloween compared to any other slasher films or I wouldn't say remakes, more like revivals. I would say Halloween 2018 revival, or H40 as a lot of people have been calling it, since it's exactly 40 years after the first Halloween came out. I would say it's a pretty fun movie to watch. It was good. The acting was good. The story was, like I said, it was pretty cool. You actually feel for the victims, you know, the cast, the characters, and you actually feel threatened by Michael, because there was one scene where he literally just walking with everyone outside. He was walking around in public compared to the first Halloween where he's more hidden. This time he was literally walking with kids. Also, he killed a kid in this movie.
Oh God!
Like straight up.
Oh God!
Yeah, it was disturbing. He was walking down Haddonfield, Illinois. Trick or treaters everywhere, parents with them. I thought he was gonna kill a person in like straight up in public, but no, he just like look at them, turned right, sees an open back door to the backyard, walked there, grabbed the hammer, killed someone inside, walked out of the said house. It's actually pretty cool. I think it was a one shot. It was done in a one shot. And it was beautiful. And it's hilariously enough, one of the first few victims were podcasters like us, but bigger. They were more popular. It's okay. We're not that big yet. But yeah, more popular podcasters got killed straight up. But then again, they were like prodding, literally poking to see what they can bring out. and Jason, whoopsies, wrong franchise. Michael eventually found him, and oh, so good. It was pretty. Their deaths was gruesome.
Oof.
It was like brute strength, straight up. That's what I love. That's what I actually enjoyed now. After watching Halloween in 2018, I've always thought Michael was one of the lamest one because he didn't have that curse, like Jason being bound to the Crystal Lake lore, or Freddy with the dreamscape.
Yeah.
The dreamscape. Michael was just like his real world. His the real world.
The realist.
The realist.
The realist.
Freddy's the optimist. Jason's the pessimist. Technically.
Have you seen Freddy versus Jason?
Yes, I actually enjoyed it. I've seen it. When was it? 2004, 5?
I think it came out after like Alien versus Predator.
I've seen that one too.
Yeah,
that was actually I've seen. Yeah, well, technically I've seen both. But
and like John Carpenter, he had a lot to do with this project, right?
I have no idea.
No.
I have no idea. Well, it has been a while since I watched Freddy vs. Jason, like a decade.
I'm not talking about Freddy vs. Halloween.
Oh, Halloween.
2018.
Oh, 2018. I think the story, he didn't direct it. He helped with the music, which still there.
Still there. Still has
the music has the 80s flair mixed with synth and modern, like, but still has that iconic theme song. I forget what it's called. But yeah, other than that, he was an executive producer.
Yeah.
I think he helped write the story. Oh yeah, because I remember people were talking about on Reddit. People were talking about how John Carpenter, after he made Halloween 2, he didn't like the fact that he turned Michael into Laura's brother. So he decided to complete. That's why he remade the whole series. He took off that because apparently it's like a massive writer's block. So he just took it off, which is good, I guess. I guess that's where Rob Zombie got the idea, because I remember growing up, I always know Jason to be. That's the reason why he keeps going back to Laurie, is because that he's connected to her by something. I thought it was like. I assumed then it was because they were siblings, but I guess they weren't. Then I watched Halloween. I was like, they weren't siblings. Then apparently in Halloween 2 they put it out as that, and then Rob Zombie helped fuel the fire a little bit with some cheap gas. Then now John Carpenter put out the fire and said, no, they're not related.
We're starting over.
Well, I wouldn't say start all over, but
a soft reboot.
yeah. Soft reboot. Soft reboot, deleting 2 all the way to 6. 3 didn't do anything wrong. Because another thing I read was that Halloween 3 was supposed to be like a change up to the Halloween series. The Halloween series is supposed to be like different series of stories. So Halloween 1 and 2 will be about a serial killer, then Season of the Witch. But since they ran out of I'm assuming they ran out of ideas on where to go next, they just took the Halloween series and gave it to Michael. So I actually like the idea of going from one serial killer, then the witches, keeping that idea of Halloween. Hence that's why I think that the title Halloween is such, like, it can be applied to anything. You can have witches, you can have killers, you can have zombies,
whatever.
The mummies.
Well, I guess we can transition to The Mummy.
The Mummy Trilogy. I was about to watch the third one today, right before this.
I've seen the third one enough where I can remember what's going on.
It's been a long time since I watched the third one. Actually, it's been a decade.
Jet Li is the Jade Emperor. He's come back.
That's all I remember. Typical mummy thing. Ancient ruler comes back.
Yeah.
To destroy the world because some idiot brought him, opened his tomb, or brought him back to life, or opened the book.
Literally, it says, "Do not open this tomb."
Yeah,
opens the tomb.
that was on the first movie, and then the second movie, Brendan Fraser's character just kept pretty much told the entire story in the first 10 minutes because he was making fun of the idea. Because his wife, Rachel Weisz,
She was cute.
yes. She was like, "Oh, let's go get this artifact," and he was like, "Well, last time we went for an artifact, we opened an ancient tomb, released a deadly monster, and now they gotta go around the world trying to find the things they need to do to defeat this monster, and now they have to close the tomb and might die in the process." And I was like, that is very, very meta.
Yeah.
Like they knew
what they were getting into.
Like straight up knew that this movie might not be good, but it's straight up.
Know.
Yeah, precisely.
We know.
We know it's not gonna be as good. I'm not gonna. The first Mummy is way like miles better than the second one.
In the first Mummy, that scene where Imhotep turned into that giant sand. That was the See, I love that movie.
Imhotep.
And he turned into a giant sand face. And they were riding in the plane.
He didn't transform. He
like projected.
In a way, yeah. He projected.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, he projected into a sand.
Yeah.
Yes, dog. We hear you. I hope this doesn't pick up. I'm pretty sure it won't. Last time the dog barked, the garage door opened all at the same time.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, he projected like his face in the sandstorm, and they were flying in the plane, and like I think Brendan Fraser was
try
shooting with a machine gun.
At least this time, it was water. It was water this time.
Yeah.
But CGI for the second one. The reason why I say the first one is better, not only because of the story, and not only because the villain is more threatening in the first movie, is that the graphics.
Oh, The Rock as the giant half scorpion monster.
I mean, not even that. He just looks like a video game character from the 90s. You know, like it was just like poorly done. It looks super low budget, meant for TV. Not only The Rock, but also the Jackals, Anubis' Shadow Army.
That was pretty cool. I
like the idea, that. but the CGI wasn't as good.
I like.
There were so many green screens. They used a lot of green screens. Because there was a moment where you see Brendan Fraser with his kid Alex O'Connell running towards a pyramid, and it looks like they're just running towards a wall. I was like, dude, you go a little bit further than getting smaller, right? No, he's just there. And it had I forgot what scene, but there was a very weird cut where it just like it shows something, then changed back to Brendan Fraser. So I was like, what? Wait,
what?
Precisely. I was like, what was that cut for? But yeah, either whether you're talking about Imhotep or whatever his name is, or The Rock's Scorpion King, neither were threatening. The first movie provided us how threatening Imhotep is, like slowly stalking each character, each of the Americans, stealing their life source or soul, I think, to recreate himself. That was terrifying. Like
and they turned into mummies as well.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
And this one, they rely on jump scares. In the British Museum, literally the first thing that happened was a jump scare.
Dude,
and didn't really add much.
Yeah, that in that first movie, like one of the.
I guess there goes the video portion.
Okay, well, back to the old ways.
Well, you can think I'll check it out.
I mean, like I remember in the first movie, one of the Americans, he like lost his eyes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, he got really screwed over.
Battery dead. Next time.
And then are we still recording on?
Yeah,
okay.
We're still recording. We're still good. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the first one because I felt, the stalking process.
Yeah.
And like Imhotep stalking his like
the blurriness, like the guy with the glasses, the American with the glasses, lost his eyes. And but before that was so terrifying because he couldn't see in the dark.
It was so small scale too.
Precisely, like they just had certain areas of Egypt to go and not really like in the second one they have to go to the pyramid of Giza. To the Temple of Karnak, I think. Then to a random oasis in the middle of the desert. So I'm like, what?
And then like they try to make like Brendan Fraser's character Rick O'Connell, like he was a descendant of the Magi.
Oh yeah, that is so weird. I was like, what?
And then like they try to bring back Imhotep's old girlfriend.
Oh yeah, technically
they did. And
then her sister, I think.
No, they were like Imhotep's old girlfriend was the wife to
No. Imhotep's girlfriend was
the wife.
No.
To yeah.
Who, Rachel Weisz?
Rachel Weisz's father, that was the pharaoh. That was his wife.
Rachel Weisz?
No.
No, that other girl.
The pharaoh. Okay, there's the pharaoh, right?
Yeah.
Rachel Weisz is the daughter to the pharaoh.
Okay.
While the Imhotep's girlfriend or whoever
I don't know their names.
Anaxanamun or whatever. She was like the wife to the pharaoh, I think.
She was the wife?
I think there was some relation that wasn't father-daughter relation.
It could be like a father-daughter.
It could be a father-daughter.
It could be because I wouldn't know because they were speaking Egyptian the entire time and I could not understand it. The movie I got didn't include subtitles, so I was trapped. I was like, I guess I'll learn the exposition by context clues.
I mean, like you said in the beginning, like they knew what they were going into.
Yeah.
It's just they reached too far.
Yeah.
There was too much.
I say if they took out the mummy itself and just focus on the Scorpion King, it will probably be better.
Have you seen the Scorpion King? Like the standalone?
I will never watch the Scorpion Trilogy.
It was not that bad. I watched it in 8th grade. It was not that bad.
8th grade.
8th grade. Low standards.
I have standards in 8th grade, so I was like, I will never. I saw the trailer. I was like, that looks okay, but will I ever watch it?
Well, what was the same?
I tried to watch it, or I tried to look into it. Few years ago, I saw the synopsis for each one. I was like, all of these are boring because they always go back. Like the third one is the most closest to the Mummy Returns.
Yeah.
Then the next movie is the time before the third movie. Then the first one is a prequel. I was like, what?
Remember? Have you seen the Tom Cruise one? The remake when they tried to make the dark.
Oh, the Mummy 2017.
Yeah.
That was 2 years ago. No, I've never seen it.
That's so strange because like that was kind of their second attempt to remake this because they tried to do it with Hugh Jackman with Van Helsing.
Well, the universe-wise, it will be their second attempt.
Yeah, second attempt.
But the Mummy idea will be their second attempt either. But yes, I kind of like Van Helsing. I remember watching it.
Dude, that movie was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
But with Mummy, I've been saying this since I watched Dracula, but they should have. Yeah, they should have straight up not disregard Dracula Untold, because Dracula Untold already established the modern world of like horror monsters like Dracula, the Wolfman, Frankenstein, Mummy.
Do you find it interesting that when it all started with the Bulgarian guy, I forgot his name, but like that was the first Dracula movie I saw that was in black and white.
Oh.
It started like as a little horror movie.
The only vampire movie I've seen is Twilight.
You haven't seen the one with Gary Oldman and Winona Ryder and Keanu Reeves?
No.
You should watch it.
I haven't seen Interview with a Vampire. I've never seen vampires are boring for me. Like straight up.
Ooh, well, you should watch
then again,
30 Days a Night. That's actually pretty good.
I was thinking of It Comes at Night, which is that's on one of the horror movies I watched last year, I believe. Which is interesting. I've always thought it was a zombie movie. It was not a zombie movie.
Was that the one with Chloe Marie Moretz?
No, it's the one with Jason Clarke from Terminator.
It Comes at Night.
What else? Terminator Genesis, Pet Cemetery. There was one more I cannot place my finger on it.
Oh, was that the A24 where they got like where they were locked in that cabin?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't say locked in.
I mean, they just said like there's like bad things out there, so they just
the bad things is a disease. That's pretty much it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's so lame.
They can't go out night because the disease is prevalent, like more. It's stronger at night, because in the daylight, if I remember the movie correctly, they were throwing out bodies, from the people they like, I wouldn't say killed, most likely killed. I don't remember the story, but all I know is that towards the end of the movie, everyone in the cabin is infected. So they were just like sitting there. I was like, what do we do?
Oh my god, sounds so boring. But
it was pretty good. It was pretty
good.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you should try like 30 Days a Night.
I'll add it next year.
Because it takes place in Alaska.
And Alaska does have 30 days of night.
Yeah, and there's like this whole month where like the sun doesn't rise at all for 30 days.
That's like.
Yeah, and then the vampires come. Man, it's so brutal. So
I'll look into it. Yeah. Isn't there like 2 movies of that?
Maybe.
30 days a day.
30 days nights, of mourning.
30 nights a day. What?
What?
Wait a minute. We're vampires.
But yeah, Mummy 1's the best one.
Yeah. I still have to see Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
Jet Li.
With Jet Li, because I remember liking it, to be honest. But that was like 10 years ago when I first watched it. I was like, oh, I love the Mummy movies. I think I like these.
I mean, I liked how they changed the culture.
Yeah.
Like they went, instead of just focusing on Egyptian, they went to like Chinese.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, expanding.
Yeah.
Because then again, Mummy. To be honest, Tomb of Dragon Emperor was not needed. They ended the Mummy series with Mummy Returns by throwing out whatever the guy's name, Imhotep, to the depths of
hell.
Underworld.
Yeah.
Come on now, we gotta be more cultured here. They're Egyptians. Wait, Underworld is Greek.
Oh wow, look at you, bro.
Talk about being a
same thing.
Afterlife.
Sure.
Anubis' realm. I think it is called Underworld.
I would have liked to seen like maybe follow the Rick O'Connell story, but like going to like different cultures as well, not just like the Mummy.
Not gonna lie, if Brendan Fraser was younger today, I would nominate him to play Nathan Drake, because what the Mummy series brought forth was the adventurous feel.
It was like the Indiana Jones.
Precisely. Like when I watched the first Mummy, I was like, wow, this is straight up Indiana Jones-esque movie. Super similar. You have, I made in the review, I made comparisons with the characters from then and with that movie and the Mummy. I was like, I can see Brendan Fraser doing the same thing if he were a little bit younger to play as Nathan Drake. I would nominate him. For now, I'm still for Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, have you seen that short?
No. Unless you're talking about the musical. That's the only.
No, there was a short of him like playing as Nathan Drake.
Oh.
Yeah. You haven't seen that?
No.
Oh. I don't even know this Nathan Fillion guy. I just know like.
You never.
I never seen Firefly. I never seen yada yada. No, I just know him from like everybody's always like, oh, he should play Nathan Drake from Uncharted.
He was Green Lantern. From the
animated series?
Yeah. Not animated series, more like
the New 52?
The New 52 animated series.
Yeah.
He the first Justice League War didn't have him, but after that they pretty much casted him for the role. Because he straight up, if he was a little bit younger, and if he even now, to be honest, just a little bit more physique, I would nominate him for Hal Jordan as well.
Okay.
You know,
Okay, but we'll save that for later. Let's get back on the Halloween stuff.
but yeah,
It's a Halloween episode.
that is true. It is a Halloween episode. We kind of ventured off thanks to the Mummy, which is not really a a horror.
It's not
movie.
horror, but it's a very
Halloween theme. You
Yeah.
know, mummies.
mummies. I mean, some parts did kind of scare me. When
Do
I
you
was a kid.
consider mummies just glorified zombies?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
pretty much.
That's what I say too. Which leads us to the next segment, Zombieland.
Woo!
Zombieland 1 and Zombieland Double Tap. Actually,
Wow.
Double Tap.
Double top.
So, I watched Zombieland back to back. I really enjoyed Zombieland too. Even though it wasn't it didn't feel as good as the original movie, it still feels good. You know, it's still a good movie. I would still consider it as a very, very good successor to Zombieland 1.
I would say like it's a good sequel to a comedy.
Yeah.
I would like to see like the T-800. They were hyping up like the new zombie, right?
They were, yeah.
And it kind of felt downplayed. Like, to be honest, I was thinking about on the drive here, like T-800. I would have loved to see like just a buffed out like. Remember in that new Resident Evil game?
Mr. X.
Yeah, like something like that, and like they were holed up in the White House. You
I
know?
was actually just thinking of the Crusher. What was it? It was
tank?
No, not the tank. It was the other guy.
Charger.
The Charger.
Yeah.
From Left 4 Dead. I was just thinking of that guy. It was just like one big shoulder,
Yeah.
just rushing. T-800. You know, can't really kill. Because I like that they added different one. I think they had a ninja.
Yeah.
They had a ninja
They had a
zombie.
Homer,
Homer. Yeah, that's right.
but that's not really.
Yeah, I mean, still, but the ninja was pretty much the hunter from, or was it the jockey?
Jockey.
I forgot if either one works.
The jockey is the one that jumped on your head.
Yeah, but which one's
And
the one that acts like the ninja from Zombieland? Yeah, the one that hides. I think it was the hunter
It is the hunter then.
because he has the hoodie and
yeah,
everything.
it's the hunter.
I forgot. Didn't they have a boomer as well? They introduced a boomer like character, boomer like zombies.
They probably did.
We
That
missed
movie
like,
went by quick.
we missed like the first 5 minutes because we were in line for concession.
But
Oh
I
no,
mean-
we were walking.
But it was the intro, so like we didn't really miss that much.
Yeah, true. But they were just giving us the introductory
Yeah.
for the newer types of zombie, which I like. I like the new inclusion of zombies because I feel like that always refreshes the interest for the
But-
zombie world.
But then like at the end, we already warned them. Spoilers.
Yeah, we were
But at
already
the
warned.
end, like
And it's been 2 weeks. A week.
it was so weird because they were trying to funnel them in.
Oh yeah, then I guess the term T-800 is just that they can't be killed easily. You know.
But like you would think like a
They're
zombie.
They're not
would,
that like strong. They just
Oh,
they can't
okay.
really die because remember in the hound dog fight, you know, Tallahassee and Columbus is like
That was
literally
cool.
yeah, that was
the
cool.
one shot. Yeah.
hmm They were holding up on their own. If they were like stronger than that, they would have been dead.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's like they were experienced.
True.
Those
No.
hippies weren't.
No, I mean like, but they were zombies by then, and they were handling T-800s. They
Uh-huh.
became T-800s towards they were T-800. Couldn't really get killed easily, and they were smart. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I guess when I think T-800, I think of just the Terminator. You know, just like one just destroying, like.
yeah. For me, I just think of it being invulnerable. Like I won't say invulnerable, more like hard to kill. Like they said, you know, they takes a lot of bullets, but you can still kill it. Like the first Terminator, took a huge chunk of a
Yeah, but it was only one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now imagine, well, technically,
But it was
The
only
model
one Arnold.
in the movie.
Yeah.
But the idea of the T-800s as a series, model series in the future,
Yeah.
yeah, it still takes a lot.
Maybe like T-1000.
No. Like imagine a a bunch of T800 models just like coming at you.
I know, but like if it was like the single model, it would be like more like T1000 then.
What do you mean?
Like the one I was basing off of, like just one single buffed out zombie that was like just constantly going after them.
Oh.
It would be T1000 then, because there was only one T1000
that we know of.
that we know.
Actually, no, Genesis doesn't exist.
Yeah, we forget about that.
It
I'm
doesn't-
barely remembering 3.
I actually don't remember 3.
Terminator 3?
Yeah.
The one where like it was
I only know that she was robotic lady Deathstrike from X-Men. I think she had like the nails. Or am I fusing?
in X-Men 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or am I fusing 2 movies?
No. She was blonde.
Yeah, I know she was blonde, but I mean like the idea of her robot, like her model at like TX. Like for some reason I just think that she just grows metallic claws.
She like it was like
I don't remember her abilities at all.
it was like like one arm she had like a blaster or something, like a cannon. Anyway, yeah, well, we barely remember those.
Well, there's always Dark Fate.
Oh god.
Hopefully it revives the series. Similar to Halloween, which has a new sequel coming out next year, 2020. Halloween Kills. Apparently that's a thing. I looked it up. I was surprised by it. I thought that they will end the Halloween series with last year's movie.
But money talks.
Well, I mean, if the quality still is the same, I'd be impressed. You know, I won't give them crap about the if they did it for the money, movie's great. I don't care.
Let's but back to Zombieland 2.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what would you give it? Like, well, we already rated it, didn't we?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I gave it a pretty high up, like around 9.
Yeah.
Because I love the Zombieland. It's one of my favorite comedies. Nothing can top Tropic Thunder though. But yeah. But yeah. Okay, I have a couple of movies to ask you.
Okay.
Would you consider Terminator 1 a horror movie? You have one guy coming after you throughout all of the movies, trying to kill you. You know.
I wouldn't say it's horror. I would say it's like a sci-fi thriller.
But isn't thriller pretty much a dumbed down version of horror?
That's what I'm saying.
Because
like the first Terminator, I wasn't scared. I was like, oh, that's cool. But like,
I actually asked people in Reddit, and they were like, no. Well, I looked it up actually, and they were like, no, it's not a slasher. I won't say a horror.
Yeah.
More like, oh my god, I mean, I wasn't scared. They said the same thing. I wasn't scared, but that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know.
Like with like
They were just impressed on how badass the T800 was.
Yeah, like with Michael Myers, it would be like, oh shit, no.
Yeah, this guy plucked his bash his skull in.
Yeah. But with like the T800 with the Terminator, it's like, oh man, that's cool.
I know. Weird people and their weird preferences.
But nah, I would say it's more thriller than horror. Yeah.
Alien, the first one.
I would say that's more sci-fi horror.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you don't want to see that.
I don't want to see.
I mean, you don't want to see like a chest buster.
Okay, a chest buster or the I forgot a face hugger. Yeah.
That's not cool.
Xenomorph. I like to see it from afar and not kill me. That's why I will never play Alien Isolation. Because every time I see it, I was like, oh my god.
Oh my god, nope.
I mean, I've played a little Outlast.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that I can't really defend myself all the way is what throws me off. Like, I'm used to playing Fear, Dead Space, those games makes like I have a weapon to shoot my enemies until they're gone or they're
you have
dead.
something to defend yourself.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
But with Alien Isolation or Outlast, even Amnesia, I don't have anything to defend myself with.
You just have a little camera or like a lantern.
Yeah, or well, technically in Alien Isolation you get a flamethrower.
Yeah, I mean,
but it doesn't kill anyone. It just burns the androids.
Yeah.
And pushes back the xenomorph.
Yeah.
And other than that, what's next?
Yeah, you have something that can repel them.
Yeah, but not really completely back them off. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you have something to repel them, but in like Amnesia and Outlast, it's like you better run, hide.
With Amnesia,
something.
the way you can prevent it from killing you is like by making sure your insanity don't go all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
As for what was the other game? Outlast. You just gotta hide.
Yeah, you just gotta hide.
You either outrun them or hide. Like you literally have to parkour around some of the characters. I remember watching some people just like, alright, I need to pass this, I need to get to the door.
It's like
they just jumped around. I was like, okay, that works, I guess. I mean,
it's like Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, precisely. But with deadly superhumans who just wants to rip you apart with no genitals.
Yeah. Oh,
so
God.
I remember watching a guy. The first thing he did was straight up go to the crotch, and he was like, "Oh, that's kind of disappointing."
There was a DLC for Outlast.
Whistleblower.
Yeah, that one was
for Outlast 2.
Yeah.
I've never played Outlast. I played a little bit of Outlast. I used to have my buddy's copy, but he hasn't helped me out with that one yet. But I've never played Outlast 2 or Whistleblower. I heard Whistleblower is the truer. I mean, they said the Outlast 2 is scarier than the first Outlast, but I heard in terms of story-wise, Whistleblower was far superior than the actual Outlast 2 story.
There was actually there was the villain. He was obsessed with as the homemaker, like that 1950s dad thing, you know. And there was one part where he literally strapped one guy to like this wooden bed.
Kinky.
And I think he sewed a lot of different parts to him to make him look like he was pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was like trying to simulate him giving birth.
Hey, you know what, men?
Let's just leave that.
Men needs to work it out.
We need to work these out. Yeah.
Man, that English milk tea is a little bit watered down compared to my last one.
But
in cold.
What were we talking about?
Before Outlast?
Before Outlast.
Well, pretty much I segue into horror movies because I was talking about Alien.
Yeah.
And to see what if you would consider it as a horror movie or not. I mean, other than those two, I don't have like Terminator. I'm really curious to see what you would say about it because Terminator is the Terminator, but some people add it to the list of slashers as one of the slashers, but not really in the horror category.
No, it'll like even slasher is kind of really pushing it.
Yeah, pushing it.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking of watching it, and I was like, would it technically Deadly Robots is still like a horror,
no.
apocalyptic.
It would suck to live in that,
but horror, yeah, okay, I'm pushing it.
You're pushing it.
Because, I mean, I did watch Brightburn. I mean, that's okay. Well, technically, Brightburn still works.
Because then, like, you see, like, Terminator 2, Terminator 3.
I mean, that's what I did with... Well, same with Alien. Alien 1 is horror, and Alien 2 is action.
Yeah.
Or Aliens is action. Prometheus is... Like, anything after that is garbage. Then Prometheus is sci-fi. And Covenant is sci-fi garbage. I actually enjoyed Covenant.
Covenant tried to recapture that... What Alien had.
Yeah.
The first Alien had.
The first Alien, yeah. I mean, it's okay.
The Alien looked good.
The Covenant, I would say,
Covenant
and the Covenant it's like the love child of Alien and Aliens.
Yeah.
You know, you have the action portion with the Marines, and then you have the.
Damn it, Michael Fassbender always ruining crap.
Magneto.
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 Can't you just live your life alone in
Precisely.
peace?
So, would you consider the Blood Cornetto Trilogy a horror-esque horror comedy series?
What was that again?
The Blood and Cornetto Trilogy.
Blood and Cornetto?
Yes. So the
What
first
the
one.
heck is Blood and Cornetto? Okay.
The first one, the first movie of that trilogy is Shaun of the Dead.
Oh.
The second movie is Hot Fuzz. Then the third movie is At World's End. All three were made by Edgar Wright. All three had Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. Pegg. I was about to say, I completely forgot his name. Everyone's favorite redhead or ginger. But each one is a different scenario. Like Shaun of the Dead, zombies. The second one, Hot Fuzz.
Cult.
Was it a cult?
It was a cult.
I know the third one. Okay, so it's a cult.
It's a cult.
Oh yeah, that's right. Shame. But the third movie was an alien invasion.
Yeah.
So technically it lines up in terms of the first two, but the third one has some horror, or I wouldn't say horror, Halloween elements, or I don't really, cause like the Mummy is not horror.
Those three movies are like they play on horror, but they are far from horror.
Yeah, precisely. That's like I can't say that they're horror, or so that's why I call them Halloween themed. Yeah. But with the alien invasion, would you consider that as a horror theme or a Halloween theme? Because in American Horror Story, they had alien abduction as one of the side stories for season 2.
I mean, like it's hard to put the alien abduction, alien invasion. Like when I think about that, I straight go to sci-fi, and depending on the tone, you can say like sci-fi action, or like sci-fi horror. Like sci-fi action, you would have something like Terminator.
What about
sci-fi? World's End, that would be like sci-fi comedy.
That's so
thriller.
Abducted. Like it pretty much has that cultish vibe though. Remember what everyone got replicated. Yeah, so it acts like everyone's in a cult. So that's what I'm thinking as.
But would you say like with horror, it would have to trigger some emotion of you being scared or like some suspense?
But what about Halloween theme?
Halloween theme?
Yeah, because Shaun of the Dead is considered horror comedy. Hot Fuzz is action comedy, but they still play around the theme of like scary things, scary stories to tell in the dark. Still need to watch that movie.
Yeah, we haven't watched that.
It's PG-13. Everyone said that it's accurate, but it could have been better if it was rated R. It's hard, right?
It's hard especially with those three movies.
Yeah, it's each one is different genre.
Yeah, because
Shaun of the Dead with horror elements. The second one is action comedy. All three are comedy. Then the third one is straight up sci-fi.
I wouldn't even say like. I would say only Shaun of the Dead would be like horror.
Horror, Halloween. Well,
Hot Fuzz, I thought it was like an action. Like
but it has the cult, a cult scenario. You know, similar to Midsommar, Hereditary. Yeah. But alien abduction. Now that is like a stretch, but. Close Encounter of the... which one was it?
Close Encounters with the Third Kind?
Was it Third Kind or the Fourth Kind?
Third Kind.
No, I mean like which one's the recent one with Mila Jovovich? It was like Fourth Kind or something. It was about aliens.
Arrival?
No.
What?
Mila Jovovich, the Resident Evil chick.
I
think it was Fourth Kind. Like just the title is Fourth Kind.
Fourth Kind.
Yeah, it was like early 2010, maybe 9. But pretty much it was like about alien abductions, and they had the paranormal activity. It was back.
Was it like that found footage thing?
Somewhat. They had some footages where it seems like it was found footage, but they still have story elements into it. It pretty much acts like followed the formula for the paranormal activity. Yeah. Which I need to rewatch. I actually watched all of it for one time.
Well, would you say that was horror then?
A lot of people said it was. It was.
There were some scary
I
elements.
think it was considered horror but that's because how it was formatted.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But
I think
I would put Alien Abduction in Halloween theme because American Horror Story
mm-hmm.
also used Alien Abduction in one of their seasons, mainly season 2.
Then how about this? Would you put The Day the Earth Stood Still, in
That's
Halloween theme?
That's post-apocalyptic.
But wouldn't you say the day?
It's not really apocalyptic. It's just like
the world's end is apocalyptic too, because they showed what happened after the aliens took over.
Technically, they didn't take over. They Simon
they
Pegg
assimilated.
and crew.
Yeah.
No, I won't say did they assimilate?
Yeah.
I know.
Because some people were like
cool with their counterparts. I know
Yeah.
Simon Pegg preferred his old crew.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would just say, I would just consider all three to be like in some of a crooked line
Mhm.
under the horror comedy genre, because Shaun of the Dead is. I keep going back to Shaun of the Dead because it's the first one. Shaun of the Dead is a horror movie.
That's the most obvious one.
Yeah, precisely. Horror comedy.
Yeah.
Then from there, like, you have a straight path. Then once you reach Hot Fuzz, it took a massive turn.
Yeah.
Then at World's End, it took another wide turn. You know, so it's really difficult to establish whether or not would you consider all three part of the Halloween theme.
Mhm.
You know, I know Shaun of the Dead is horror. The other two can be Halloween themed. This is my opinion. What would you say? It's difficult.
With Shaun of the Dead, it will be Halloween themed.
Precisely.
With the other two, you can have one foot in. I'll put it that way. Like just
like Colt,
sure. Sure, okay. You
maybe
put the Colt in there because it's interesting.
Yeah, Colt, then Alien Abduction. Pushing it by them, but the idea of alien abduction is still pretty scary to a lot, like especially around 50s to 70s.
Yeah. Because with the Hot Fuzz thing, if you took out the cult thing,
it's a straight up action.
It's a straight up movie.
Yeah, it's a straight up action movie. With At World's End, take out the if you take out the aliens, it'll be just a buddy.
It will be like
a drama.
It will be like
it's just
a
comedy.
group of friends fighting.
It's just a straight up comedy at that point. So it's really hard. But yeah, like you said in Hot Fuzz, if you take out the cult, it's just a straight up action movie.
Yeah.
You know, I would say the same with At World's End. Take out what makes it Halloween themed or horror themed or horror related. It'll be just straight up comedy. You know, comedy drama.
Comedy, okay. You know what? I've put all three in the Halloween theme.
Halloween.
Not horror.
Except for the first one.
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead is horror because it's horror comedy.
Yeah.
A horror parody / horror comedy.
Whatever. Yeah. It's funny.
But the other two, I mean, Zombie Apocalypse I've always considered as Halloween a horror theme.
Yeah.
That's why I watch all George Romero's movies, starting from Land of the Dead, and then World War Z, which I actually like this time. Not gonna lie.
World War Z?
Yeah, World War Z. What did I say?
No, you said World War Z. I was just repeating what you said.
Okay. I thought I said World Out War Z. But yeah, I actually enjoyed World War Z. I'm surprised because I remember when it came out 2012, we watched it then. I remember I was just like very critical on how bad the movie, and then I mean I'm still critical about the ending, and the mountain of zombies going over the wall. I'm not gonna say what my friend said when he watched the movie. He's Arab.
That's not.
Yeah, he said it straight up, and all of us started bursting out laughing because we did not expect him to say it. But yeah, like I said, I enjoyed World War Z. It's a very nice modernized take on zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
They were running around, not just like mumbling, shuffling everywhere, staggering. They're not slow. They're fast. They're like, actually scary.
They were like I Am Legend. Ooh.
I've seen I Am Legend last year.
I liked it.
I actually saw the for some reason the copy I have. Oh no. My Blu-ray actually has both versions, the alternate ending and the actual ending. I watched the alternate ending instead because I've never seen the alternate ending. I know what happened with the original ending. They headbutted. This one, all of them is, or was it? I think. Oh no, they gave the body back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he lived with the.
Yeah, but in my opinion,
kid.
it kind of ruined the survival aspect of the movie. That's why I didn't really like the alternate. Like a lot of people didn't both liked and disliked the alternate ending. I'm gonna lean on the not really dislike completely, more like it just ruined the hard work.
I like the original ending.
Yeah, I like the original ending too because they headbutted.
Yeah.
With a grenade in hand.
Yeah. Okay, I got a question for you then.
Go for it.
So like we watched many horror movies like throughout each decade, right? But as you can see, like this decade, the horror movies are more, I would say, psychological and a lot more character development, because when you think about like It Chapter 2, maybe Midsummer, I'm not sure about the Lighthouse.
Yeah, same
that looks psychological. Hereditary. A lot of psychological horror. Maybe Get Out as well.
Oh, psychedelic. Straight up.
Yeah.
Us, Get Out are both psychedelic.
Yeah.
And it's straight up the Twilight Zone, which I noticed because
he's hosting.
Yeah, Jordan Peele. I'm pretty sure that's where he's getting his inspirations from. It's just not bad.
What's your opinion on that compared to like the slasher, campy slashers, and what do you think is going to happen like the next decade? Do you think we're going to continue this trend?
It's going to continue.
It's going to continue.
It's going to be a mix of both soon, because what worked then with slashers is that it's like from back then I won't accuse them of not knowing what a good acting is or what a good story is. For them, action, like in slashers, what got a lot of people into slashers is how brutal some kills are. In Friday the 13th, you get
it was the gore fest.
Yeah, it was straight up gore porn. With Halloween, you get this real life serial killer that can be walking around everywhere, starting from a little kid. It's all psychological for him. Friday A Nightmare at Elm Street, a serial killer within the dreamscape where you can't really escape. It's a great, like slashers are fun as long as you don't take it seriously. It's like if you know that. I mean, and Freddy has a creepy nursery rhyme.
But would you say like, I don't know when this movie came out. I think it was around that era as well, or maybe before. What about The Exorcist then? That wasn't really like the slasher type. It was a lot of
demonic possession.
Yeah.
There
was gore.
I would say, look at Conjuring. It has demonic possession.
Yeah.
Demonic possessions will always be considered as horror. It will still get scary. It will always be scary because there's still a lot of religious people in the world. Everyone still believes that, there's you can easily get possessed by anything, by anyone. So, The Exorcist is gonna stay for a long time. Literally, they have all the way to, I think, the last exorcism. There's so many exorcism movies,
God. But
demonic possessions will stay a long, long time. Zombie movies will stay forever because it's one of the most iconic. Slashers will stay for a while until they run out different ideas to make a iconic slasher serial killer. Because Texas Chainsaw Massacre had plenty of I forgot his name, but he's one of the most well-known.
Ed Gein.
Huh?
Are you talking about the guy that they actually based it off of?
Yeah.
Ed Gein.
Okay.
Which was actually in Wisconsin.
No. There was one that was based in Texas.
No, it was really based off the guy from Wisconsin, Ed Gein.
Oh, because I remember I was reading it one time where it was from a guy from Texas.
Okay, so here's a little funny story. Okay, so I saw the 2004 one when I was like 8.
Hmm.
My dad, my dad showed it to me. He's a good parent still. Like,
Yeah.
but like he was like, yeah, this was like true. And,
Oh
like,
yeah,
and then it freaked me out even more. I was like, oh my god, this is true.
I remember hearing about the 2004, right? That's
Yeah,
what you said.
yeah.
Funny enough, in fifth grade, we went to a ranch and there was just a random guy standing in the field. Just he wasn't watching, like he's just looking to see what school came into the ranch. And one of my buddies just nudged me on the side, like, "Hey, have you ever seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre?" And that's the first thing that came out. I was like, "Oh
Oh
my gosh!"
you know what? We're kind of getting on a tangent, but like relating to the story that what happened to me.
Hmm.
So, oh, that's your. My when my grandfather immigrated here from
Hmm.
Korea, the first like his friends that were already living here, they took him to a movie,
Hmm.
right? First movie he watched coming to the States was Jaws. Not gonna lie, same thing had happened to him. His friends told him this really happened.
Well, a lot of people thought it would actually happen.
And like the thing is about Jaws, you wouldn't think like, oh, just a shark movie or whatever. But it's actually pretty scary because every time you go to the
I
beach
mean,
or
it's a
something,
beach. Yeah,
yeah, it's just like
it could happen and
oh my
such.
god, like what if I do get eaten? Oh my
I
god.
mean, go to Hawaii. A
Yeah,
lot of Hawaiians probably have like one arm.
I would say
I know
Jaws
one
is
guy got punch a shark just to let him go.
yeah,
And I was like, that's pretty badass.
yeah. And went to the bar and just like yeah, punch a
Yeah,
shark.
I got bit, but I punched the shark.
Yeah. Oh my
Huh,
god.
sure. But yeah, well, pretty much that reached the we pretty much ran out of time.
Yeah.
Pretty good discussions. So pretty much what we went over here's a little overview of what we went over. Pretty much what makes October such a special month compared to like December. Because in December I don't really watch holiday movies. I'll watch Christmas movies, but at the same time Christmas movies as a whole never really interest me as much as Halloween. Even though Christmas is my preferable holiday over Halloween.
Hmm.
So pretty much we just talked about how in every October I personally have a Halloween marathon. One movie per night. Sometimes I'll play games. Right now I'm playing Fear. One day I'll finish it. It's not even scary. It's just that I'm just too lazy to finish it because I have two more games afterwards. I have Fear 2 and Fear 3.
I got one more question. I know we're like out of time.
Okay.
One more question. All right. Nightmare Before Christmas, Halloween movie or Christmas movie?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving? April Fools.
It's Thanksgiving.
Labor Day.
It's Thanksgiving.
Oh my god.
Technically it is because it's between Halloween and October.
Oh my
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Christmas.
And Jack
Thanksgiving.
Skellington is based on Halloween. What's in between those two holidays? Thanksgiving. Black Friday. Oh, someone said Black Friday. Something's wrong with that guy. But yeah, pretty much that. We went over, talked about different Stephen King movies, different slasher movies, and how they disinterest me. Except for Halloween 2018, which is to me one of the best storytelling. I would say best storytelling of all time. More
Best
like
made. Well made.
best storytelling in terms of slasher movies.
Yeah.
We also talked about briefly about Zombieland, Double Tap, and segue to the Terminator.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't say lastly, but we pretty much talked about the Mummy trilogy as one of the firsts. With technically we did talk about the third movie, even though it's not up yet. It's coming up tonight once I finish watching it. Once I get around to watching it. Hopefully so. I told myself I'm gonna get to playing Fear, but that might come up some other time. But that's pretty much it, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you for listening slash watching for like the first
slash.
Oh my god.
That's for Friday the 13th, but I would still say.
That's not Friday the 13th.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes.
Yes. No. That's Psycho.
No, I thought it was Friday the 13th.
That's Psycho.
Right, we'll see after this. Then. Oh my gosh, this table has so much ants. It's my English
milk tea.
I know. They want my milk tea. So pretty much, everyone, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Happy Halloween.
Oogie boogie boogie.